Ooh, what's up, everybody? My name is OMG WTF LOLFTWBRB. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. We are doing the Local to Global Challenge, playing as our own created company, the IWC, the International Wrestling Corporation. We are, of course, still in our local stages, having a little bit of a challenge here as both our economy and wrestling industries are not only at a low all-time low at the time this moment, but they're also lowering still. So there is potential that the wrestling industry and the economy can even go lower at this moment, which really sucks because I would like to see it go up, because then our profits wouldn't be so hard to turn a profit, because I believe in the last video I said that we should be able to turn a profit, but unfortunately, if we go over here and we see our February performance, we had a $240 loss. Now, of course, $240 isn't that much. It is up from our previous month, which was 46, but as you'll see, our ticket sales were down, our sponsors were down, our merchandise was down, everything was down from the previous month in January, and yeah, we spent less money on our workers, and we're still down. So the economy is definitely affecting us. I don't think I can showcase the economy and the wrestling industry at this moment, but it is definitely affecting us, especially us being, a local company. So we're taking a hit. That's all I'm going to say. I would like to go ahead and apologize, I guess, before we go ahead and start off the show. I took a bit of a week off, as I'm sure you guys noticed. And for those of you watching in the future, this, I guess, doesn't matter to you, so you can go ahead and skip ahead. But I took a week off. July 4th in America is crazy, especially for people who work in like retail and all that. So I really didn't have a whole lot of time to sit down and record. And when I did, I just didn't really have the energy to do it. So I figured we'll just take a week off and pick up from there. So I'm sure you guys don't mind, but I have been pretty consistent with this schedule, I think. So just don't want you guys thinking I'm abandoning it or giving up. Just wanted to take a week off because I really didn't have the energy. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's start off the show. No more wasting time, shall we? All right. So we open up with a 38D minus rating as everybody's favorite wrestler, the one, the only, Ripper Savage, is making his way down to the ring. And he gets into the ring, he takes the mic, and he goes, all right, pipe down, you chumps. The Ripper has the mic. And what I've got to say is far more important than anything you moth puke up. Hey, Bob Roop, you clown. Must suck to be a failure, too. Hey, Bob Roop, the only thing worse than a clown is a failure. But unfortunately, you're both. Alright, enough. Enough clowning around. Hey, Grandma, shut up! And put your hearing aids on, because I've got something important to say. That clown, Bob Roop, failed at becoming the IWC regional champion. So it's back of the line for that failure, in front of the line for the Savage Slaughterhouse. So, Mr. President, I'm waiting. And, instead of Jody Arnold, not only the president of IWC, but also our current reigning regional IWC champion, instead of him coming out comes his uncle and the financial advisor or backer of the IWC, Don Arnold. And does it go down? Oh, it does go down. Okay. Never mind. I thought that was the end. Anyway, Ripper waits in the ring for the champ. Instead comes out Don Arnold, like I already said. And Don comes out and goes, Ripper, what in tarnation are you doing? Look here, old man. I did you a favor. Now pay up. Would you shut your darn mouth? You ain't doing me no favors right now. And that's from when we hear off screen now the voice of Jerry Monte. Now, Jerry Monte, of course, the man who challenged Jody Arnold him and Jody Arnold were the first two people to ever face off for the regional championship. Jody, with a little bit of assistance from his uncle Don, was able to become the first ever champion, and Jerry has been on a little bit of a revenge tour since that's happened. So anyway, from off screen, we hear his voice, and he goes, "And so the truth comes out. Not only did you screw me, but you screwed Bob Roop last week." "Hey, pal, the only person that clown Bob Roop screwed was himself. Besides, I don't know why you're even out here. You had your shot, you circus freak. Now it's time for the savage slaughterhouse to step into the spotlight." "You know, I bet the only reason that cheat Don Arnold chose you to help him and face his nephew was because he knew he wouldn't have to help Jody beat you." "Is that supposed to be a joke? 'Cause it wasn't even funny, you circus freak." "No, it's not supposed to be a joke. It's a fact. The only joke around here is you, Ripper Savage. If you and I were to step in the ring, then I'd bend you like a pretzel." "You gotta be freaking kidding me right now. That's gotta be a joke, 'cause you don't want none of this." And Ripper poses with a nice little flex. He's all standing in the ring, showing off his muscles because he's the savage slaughterhouse. When finally Don Arnold steps in, he goes, "All right, calm down, Ripper, before you pop a vein. We'll find out who's better between the both of you when tonight Ripper Savage faces Jerry Monte, and the winner will face Jody Arnold for the IWC title next month. That sound fair to you guys? Now shut up and get to the back because we got a show to start." And there we go. I'm going to take a quick drink of water. I mean, that might not have been my best Ripper Savage impersonation, but it was the longest. So you guys got to forgive me. Holy crap. Anyway, huge little argument in the beginning there. Ripper kind of letting it drop there that he might have a little bit of assistance from Don Arnold. Now, I know between you and I, us the viewer, know that Don Arnold and Ripper Savage kind of had a little bit of a conversation before Bob Roop's title match, but Jerry Monte and the people in the back aren't supposed to know that. So Ripper kind of letting it slip right there. But anyway, Ripper speaking out loud forced Don Arnold's hand, and he is going to give Jerry Monte his shot at the IWC Regional Championship as long as he can beat Ripper Savage here tonight. Although I expect Don Arnold is not too keen on the idea of Jerry Monte challenging his nephew once again. Anyway, before we move on, I know I mentioned in one of the previous videos how Bruno Sammartino was signed over by, I believe it was JWA. It was like Japanese Wrestling Association, I believe it was. He was signed over to them, but then they released him not too long ago. So he was like with the WWF, got signed over by the JWA. Then they released Bruno Sammartino along with a whole bunch of other people. And now Bruno Sammartino has signed with JCP, Jimmy Crockett Promotions, which was pretty much WCW before WCW was around. I know there's WCCW in here, but if my history is correct, I'm not like a wrestling encyclopedia here, but if my history is correct, I believe pretty much Jimmy Crockett Promotions fused with the WCW, and pretty much that's what became. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have opened my mouth. Showing my ignorance here. But anyway, JCP is actually signing up a lot of people. So it's kind of interesting in this generation where in 1971, where we're kind of still in the territorial days, Vince Sr. is still around. Not, Vince McMahon we know today. It's his father. So there's really, at this time, not a lot of companies were signing wrestlers. If any any company was signing them. They were all kind of like, under the NWA or doing their own alliances and stuff like that. So I think it's kind of interesting how in our universe we're going to get a little bit of an early, inside look at the start of, maybe the wrestling buyout period or wrestling war, where we're going to see a lot of companies maybe close in, whereas JCP maybe takes the number one place, and maybe the WWF doesn't take the number one place. It'll be interesting to see as we go along. And already some companies are starting to close down, as ECWA. Now, I'm not sure what the initials stand for. I don't know what ECWA stands for. But they have officially locked or closed their doors. They are no longer a company. And First one down. Another one bites the dust. Also, Ripper Savage apparently was not shaking hands before the show, so come on, Ripper. I mean, he's a bit up there, you know. It doesn't surprise me that he wouldn't shake hands, but it's like, come on, Ripper, have some respect. Anyway, this did get the show off to a strong start. Crowd was hot for it, but it lost heat for both our feuds, which is a bit unfortunate, but we're still in the local days, so these really don't matter all that much to me. But it did lose heat for them, but we'll gain it back in the future, I'm sure. Moving on to our next segment, we got a 20 E- rating as Dino Bravo excuse me. Ripper Savage's voice is still taking its toll on me. Anyway, Dino Bravo stands in the ring for our opening match of the night when out comes the Baron von Heisinger. And I swear, he's not a Nazi, guys, I swear. Anyway, well, I bet you all weren't expecting to see me again. I bet all of you thought that the Baron, after being defeated by Mr. Bob Roop, that the Baron would tuck his tail between his legs and run away. But no, I am back, and I am better than ever. The Baron has learned from his past mistakes. No more teaming with dirty Russians. No more going after Mr. Bob Roop. Today starts the beginning of a new Baron von Heisinger, and that starts with you, Mr. Dino Bravo. And I've got to say, despite all your leather and your muscles, you do not intimidate me. You do not even impress me. And tonight, I will expose you for the sham that you are. And then I'd like to imagine maybe at this moment, before the bell rings and it's official match, Baron von Heisinger takes the mic that, he's been talking on him this whole time, of course, and he smacks it right over the head, excuse me, I'm going to smack the mic. Quick little smack over the head over Dino Bravo, and that goes ahead and starts our matchup here. And it also starts a new storyline between Baron von Heisinger and Dino Bravo. And for that one guy who's always asking for Baron von Heisinger, this one's for you. I pointed to the mic and everything I'm like, this one's for you, my man. Anyway, moving on to our opening match of the night, 40 D- rating here, and a decent matchup. Baron von Heisinger defeats Dino Bravo in 10 minutes 10 seconds by pinfall using some underhand tactics here. So of course, Baron von Heisinger isn't the what's the word I'm looking for? He's not the most, honest or goody two-shoes of a wrestler. He doesn't like to play by the rules. He doesn't mind bending the rules a bit as long as it's in his favor. So I don't know what he did here tonight. You guys come up with it if you like. Maybe he put his feet up on the ropes. He cheated somehow. Either way, Baron von Heisinger cheated his way to this win here tonight and picked up a tainted victory over Dino Bravo, but a victory nonetheless. By the way, I didn't mention this earlier, but we are being held in front of 94 people in, someone's parking lot, like a Walmart parking lot or something like that, even though this is the 70s, and I don't know if Walmart was around that time. 94 people is up from last month, though, so hopefully this will work. This match did get the crowd hotter. Hell yeah. Dino Bravo with an in-ring performance of a 44. Baron von Heisinger with a 32. And it did gain heat for the new storyline that we just started, too. So it's on a roll already. No worker improvements, though. We move on to the next matchup here, or not next matchup, but our next angle here, as backstage is just Jerry Monte kind of doing a little bit of a hype promo for his upcoming match against Ripper Savage here tonight. So a 28 solid E rating here as Monte goes on to say, Jody, I hope you're somewhere in the audience tonight. What I do to Ripper Savage is what I'm going to do to you. And after I beat that fool, is what I'm going to do after I beat that fool. Sorry. I'm horrible at reading my own writing sometimes. And if your uncle tries to poke his nose in my business, then I'll give him one too. Unfortunately, that did lose heat for our storyline, but again, like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm sure we'll gain it back in the future. We're in a local company right now, so we're okay. 35 E+ rating here as Randy Tyler, all cocky, makes his way out towards the ring. I mean, he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, a bit of a big head from the ego he's carrying around inside. He gets into the ring, he takes the mic, and he goes, as the best kept secret in the IWC, I'm starting to feel a little bit shunned. I wasn't originally booked at Champions Coronations in December, and I haven't been booked to wrestle since. And it's almost as if our president is afraid of me. I mean, I don't blame him after I almost beat him in the IWC tourney. And seeing how he's the champ now, it's safe to say it should have been me. But don't you worry. I won't let that deter me. If IWC doesn't want to book me, then I'll book myself. This here is an open challenge to the first one to come down that rampway. Whoever comes down first gets a shot at taking down the future of the professional wrestling industry. Unfortunately for Randy Tyler, I don't think he was expecting the newcomer to IWC, the Polish powerhouse, Ivan Putski, to come out and accept his challenge. He comes down and he looks ready to fight and looking to make a name for himself over Randy Tyler here, who has kind of been on a roll as of late. For some reason, despite losing, he's been gaining more popularity than you would think. This goes ahead and starts the storyline between them. No worker improvements, I should say. We go ahead and tab our matchup, which gets a 37D minus rating here. And a decent matchup, Ivan Putski goes over Randy Tyler in 10 minutes 27 seconds with the Polish hammer. So unfortunately for Randy Tyler, he could not back up all that talk that he was in the ring smack talking, and the Polish powerhouse puts him away with the Polish hammer and gets another victory, undefeated here in the IWC. I'm sure there's quite a lot of people who are undefeated in the IWC, though, so I shouldn't talk like that's an accomplishment. Anyway, Randy Tyler with an in-ring performance of a 37, Ivan Putski with an in-ring performance of a 30, and this go ahead and gain some heat for their storyline as well. No worker improvements, though. We then move on to the next segment here, which is just a freestyle segment, nothing special. Randy Tyler upset about losing his match. Ivan Putski's already out of the the arena or whatever it is. He's not in the ring anymore. He's out of there. Randy Tyler's the only one in the ring, only one that people are paying attention to, pretty much. You get what I'm saying. Either way, he's in the ring and he's just doing the classic hissy fit. Think back to Christian in his old days when he was doing the Christian fits in the middle of the ring. Randy Tyler is throwing a little bit of a fit because, he lost his match. And he's spoiled. What can you expect? He doesn't like losing. That's Randy Tyler for you. We then go on to a 34E plus rating. But before we do this, let me take a drink. Ripper Savage is backstage to cut a promo on Jerry Monte, similar to how Monte cut a promo on Ripper earlier. So anyway, 34E plus rating. Ripper goes on to say, "Tonight's the night that the Ripper takes his first steps into championship glory. I'm like the spaceman. One small step for Ripper Savage, one giant leap for the industry of professional wrestling. But first, I gotta take care of that circus freak Jerry Monte. Then it's Mr. President." Golly, Ripper. You're killing me sometimes. Moving on, I believe it is time for our main event of the night with a 43 solid D rating here. And about that had good heat to it and decent wrestling. Ripper Savage goes on to defeat Jerry Monte in 13 minutes 21 seconds following a little bit of interference from Don Arnold. So Don Arnold, once again, I think I alluded to it, but I said it. He wasn't going to be happy that, or he was going to make sure his nephew wasn't going to have to take on Jerry Monte. I get the feeling that Don Arnold doesn't think his nephew can beat Jerry Monte. But nonetheless, Don Arnold comes down here. He provides a little bit of a distraction, maybe even strikes Jerry Monte, which allows Ripper Savage to do what he does and get the pinfall over Jerry Monte and become the new #1 contender for the championship. So there you go, Ripper Savage. Maybe it is time for the Savage Slaughterhouse. Unfortunately, though, Ripper was really off his game here tonight. Come on, Ripper, what are you doing? He had an in-ring performance of a 29. Good Lord. Jerry Monte with a 46. Clearly carrying Ripper Savage here tonight. This does go ahead and gain some heat for the Jody Arnold feud. And no worker improvements. As we go on to end off the show, we get ourselves a 43 solid D rating to end off our show here tonight, increasing our popularity in one region. You gotta love that. So I think what we're going to do here is I'm probably going to give all the losers a little bit of encouragement here at least, because they all outperformed their opponents here tonight. So let's go ahead. Let's tell Jerry, we're going to compliment him on a good performance just because Jerry Monte kills it. And then we'll give Randy Tyler and Dino Bravo some encouragement because they lost their matches, but they still, carried their opponents to a good match. So Monte seemed pleased, Randy Tyler seemed pleased, and Dino Bravo seemed pleased. All in all, good stuff all around. I don't think there's anything else I really want to showcase here. If the thing ends beforehand, we'll be fine, and I'll showcase the finances. But besides that, I think I'm going to end off the video here. Although, I do think I want to showcase the finances, so I will try to hold on for as long as I can. I don't think it'll take all that long to load. But bet you guys are happy to see the Savage Slaughterhouse getting his title match, Fan favorite on the channel here. Everybody loves Ripper Savage. Everybody. Who we got here? Mac McFarlane. Have no idea who that guy is. Getting his start by working in Florida for Eddie Graham in 1960. Oh, I guess I'll never know who he is now. Look at this. We already got people going in the Hall of Fame. WAA Hall of Fame. Don Kent. Oh, looks like we got some new champions here as well. One thing I didn't think to show you guys in... Oh, hold on real quick. Apparently a great show from them. Hell yeah, it was. So anyway, like I was saying, what I didn't get to show you guys in the end of the year video, I didn't think about it, was the National Wrestling Alliance. The whole alliance itself and their titles. So currently the NWA Southern Heavyweight Champion, which I guess is JCP's title. I don't know what this means or if it matters, is Swede Hansen. The NWA Southern Tag Team Champions are Buck Ramstead and Ark McKillick. The NWA United States Champion is Buddy Colt. The United States Champion is Earl Maynard. The other United States Heavyweight Champion, which I guess is, there's two, is Skull Murphy. Then we have the Junior U.S. Champion, who is Rip Hawk. The World Junior Heavyweight Champion, which is Jackie Fargo. And the current World Heavyweight Champion, which is Spiros Aaron. So, just in case you guys were curious. But before we end this off here... Oh, hell yeah, we don't have a lot of morale issues, which... Just really Don Savage here. He's mad because he didn't get to work again. Anyway, I want to go ahead and look at our finances, see what we need to make up this month. So we're about 21 under. We made about 30 last month. So I want to say we should be able to, make a profit. But I said that last month and we didn't. But I do think we'll be able to make a profit. We had more ticket sales this time around. And since it was a better show, I think we should be going up in our sponsors because more people would be impressed with it and whatnot. So I think all in all, we spent less money again on our workers. So I think we should be making a profit, but I could be wrong. Anyway, though, that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe if you have not already. And as always, don't forget to share this video with your friends, your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams. I don't give a damn. Anyone you feel would enjoy my content out there, give them a share and help your homeboy get some new subscribers up in this bitch. And as always, my name has been OMG, WTFL to WBRB, and I will see you guys